You're saying, Mr. Crawford, we are the ones who created the government, right? We created the government. We gave them the power to administer our affairs, right? And in return, you still there?
Yeah, man, I listen, man.
And in return, we pay them for that services, right?
You don't pay them for the service. They collect from you to offer it.
Them collect
Them,
from
them
we
pay,
for
them,
offer it. Me not
I still pay,
understand that, my
I still
father.
pay where I
All
pay
right.
them. I still pay
All
where I
right.
pay them.
No,
Hold
no.
on,
This
Mr.
is
Crawford.
different.
You're saying them collect, so you tell me say the government them over the people. That's what you tell me right now.
No. All right. Let me explain.
Yeah, explain.
You see, when you say you pay them for the service, then it where that's a connote. It suggests a direct. You collect my garbage, say $10 here. You understand? That is not so. It's not a you collect my garbage, $10 here. The government said we need 50 million to collect garbage, and we're going to collect from the public $50 million to do so. And if it collect from you 10 times or one time, it collects from you for that $50 million. As versus I pay to enter the club, and if I'm not entering the club, I don't pay. So that is why I want to make it clear that it's not that you pay for the service. So if you don't go hospital, you don't pay. They collect from you to offer the service. So whether you go hospital or not, the hospital exists and they collect from the total to offer hospitals.
But
You
Mr.
not
Crawford,
understand the difference?
yeah, mama, understand the difference clearly. But the thing that I am seeing right here is that because that sounds like a subtle extortion. Because you're telling me that we remember, you're saying the government can impose taxes on us, right? And if they're providing a service to us, and we are the ones who establish the government, would you agree that we are the? Let's agree to disagree on that first. Would you agree that the government was elected or created to administer our affairs? Yes.
Yes, total,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. All right. Nice. So now that we agree on that, we pay them for their services, but you're saying they collect for their services because are
For
two
the
different style
provision,
of things.
correct.
So we agree on we come to a mutual agreement, and the government
Yeah.
impose certain interest rate or them tax amount where they want tax for certain things. But even when the people disagree, the government still impose it, the percentage, because what is being done is the government is in a state where the government feel like they're over the people, why they impose certain things even when the people disagree. You can agree to that?
No.
No.
All right. Can I just explain something?
Yes, sure.
All right. Now, the democratic process, like, all right, in America, you have the Democrats and Republicans, right?
Yeah.
The Republicans, they are people who believe in small government, right? So small government means very little taxes, very little service. So when they are voted in, that is the likely outcome. So a man who's not for high taxes,
Yeah.
he can change that probability by voting in the Republicans because they are low tax supporters.
Right.
Now, the man who believe in high taxes, high services, him can vote in the Democrats.
Right.
So therefore, I disagree that you don't have a say because your say comes from the reality that you can change the government. You understand me?
I understand clearly.
Yes. And that is your say. So if the majority of the public say we don't want pay no taxes, then the party will come and say, I will charge no taxes, he will win.
This is true. But then again, we can go to the point where this might be a conspiracy theory, but I'm still going to say it. Isn't the government controlled by one entity? Just like our KFC controlled by one entity.
When you say by one entity, what you mean?
In other words, me sit down on the board of the morning cup. I use a all right, no. Let me talk. I use a music man. To them I watch you and Dexter that interview. So we are gonna talk. Let's talk from
Me
good
love
interview by the
yeah.
way. Let's talk it from the music standpoint. Cause me is an artist, so me in the industry. Now me have a label. I have a label. And I have a dancehall artist, and then I have a two dancehall artists. But me put up the two dancehall artists against each other. But the masses don't know that is one umbrella. That's what I mean. So in other
Right.
words, I am the puppet master behind the scenes to make it to create a perception that that you guys have a choice.
Right.
Would you?
No. Well, I don't think the two parties are the same.
No, of course it can't be the same. It can't be the same. They're different. But what I'm saying is that the perception was created to make, because competition raise revenue. We know that. It's in business all around the world. It's competition, even if it's one party who own the corporation, the two corporation. So the one who is behind the scenes is the one who is truly benefiting based off not just money, but the agenda that lies behind the scene. Would you agree to that or no?
But I'm still saying there's two opinions, and not even just two. There's multiple opinions.
Like
So
Vibes Cartel and Movado in this
yeah,
case.
all right. So you have Vibes Cartel,
Two of
right?
them
And
come
you have a
from under Bounty Killer umbrella.
right. And Vibes Cartel come now and say, yo, well, killer, me get enough of you now, you know. Me want to go do my own thing and run my
Let me
own
stop
show.
it. Let me stop it right there, sir. You can't put that, because that's not a control. That wasn't a control. Me I talk about corporation. Me I talk about major label. Vibes Cartel and Move Other thing was not a control entity. It was really two man were rebel against the dads, and that's how we are deal with it. So Killer never have much say in that. Me I talk about a corporation like Universal.
I say Vibes Cartel and Movado never really rebel.
No. What me I say,
It was business tactic for build them career.
yeah, man never business about killer agenda. The man business about himself. But what I'm saying, from a major label standpoint, Universal have two set dancehall artists and them want an agenda. Let me give you an example. Perfect example. The situation where them are going with the agenda, where them are push on we as Jamaicans right now. Right? That agenda. They have one artist a push it and the other artist, both are female. Right? But they're on separate label. But guess what? All these other major labels are governed by one. And the agenda is the same. So no matter which label them go on, the agenda is the same. So we are going to use them two women here to indoctrinate this nation here based on the slackness we want to put in them video. So remember, you know, even if the individual no want to do it, and them still a show shade here and do this there and do this there, and the other one do the same thing, remember, the agenda remains the same, but them are opposite in the public eye. Two different teams.
May I say to you, say, I don't think politically the agendas are the same, and the easiest way we can use is the United States. If you're for abortion, you're a Republican. If you're against abortion, you're a Democrat. So right there, so alone, you see that there is one major concern within that society where a man choose in battle which one he is and which one is not. You come again. If you're for welfare, you're Democrat. If you're against welfare, you're Republican. If you're for immigrants, you're Democrat. If you're against immigrants, you're Republican. So
Mr.
you can
Crawford,
see.
isn't that what creates the competition? That's what creates. But you have to remember, the people who are fighting, being competing against each other, don't know the true agenda behind the puppet master. That me I get to, you know.
No, but me just show you say them have different agendas. One man, you have a party now where them not necessarily strong, but you have a party when you Green Party, and that Green Party is for climate change. See? And then you have a next set of man who is for development. So there's a difference in opinion what make me comfortable in a society.
Yeah.
And based on those opinions, me I choose which party is closest to me. And there are going to be 90% of things where the two of them agree on. But that last 10% is going to be what defines which party is right for the person politically. So me not think say the PMP and the JLP are the same. Is there many things where we agree upon? Yes, but the party is defined by that 10 things that we don't.
No, so I'm not saying they're the same, you know. Mr. Crawford.
Okay,
It's
okay.
far from that. I'm not. I agree with you 100%. But who I'm talking about is the puppet master behind it. So the puppet master is the man in control. So whether you agree with him or not, his agenda is private to you. But no matter what you believe in or the other party believe in, you guys, whichever one wins, you guys are falling in line with the ultimate agenda. Now, let me give an example. Let me give an example.
Yeah.
You and I both know that there is a agenda being imposed on our country, and not just our country, but the rest of the world, African nations as well,
Yes.
right? And that agenda is not necessarily being pushed by just the parties like the Republic are and the what you call it, the
Democrats and
Democrats.
Republicans.
It's
Yes.
not necessary because remember the reason why you see it's being pushed out so much now and being imposed is because the puppet master has been putting this in place for so many years, and now is the time to impose it worldwide.
Yes.
So you would agree with me upon that?
Yes, there is an agenda because that is the
Okay.
majority opinion, I believe. That's the difference. I believe that that agenda is the majority opinion trying to impose itself upon the rest of us. So, is it the
Right.
majority Jamaican opinion? No, but it's the majority world opinion. So, being that it is the majority world opinion, they are now trying to impose that
So, so
upon the
So let me
populace.
ask you: you truly believe that that's the majority world opinion, or is what the media is making it seem like?
I think that they have been effective in making it the majority world opinion.
Oh, so it's not
Because
100%.
when you look even in a Jamaica,
Yeah.
that opinion now have much more acceptance than it did when I was 20 years old.
This is true.
Right? And how did that come about? It came about by people being effective in convincing us that we are backward if we don't believe it to be so.
Well,
So you start to have movies and cartoons and those things that
there you
start to
go.
change the
There
psyche
you go.
You
of
know,
the
say them
people.
have the same majority control work with Majestic 12 for the Majestic 12. But I read a book about that organization and some serious people them there now. You see me?
All right,
I don't
so
know for the literal
you have to educate me on
majority.
some of the things, because I don't really know like what the Magic 12 is, but how our society work is through norms. So norm come from the term normal. So therefore, there are norms, there are ways of doing things, and those ways of doing things used to be confined to your geographic space. So one at a time, Jamaica wasn't influenced by America unless an American come here, right? And we never influenced them unless we got here. So it was confined by geographic space. Now that we have the internet, the norms are not confined by geographic space, but confined by influence, political and social influence. So when we say, oh, we like Beyonce, and she say, yo, nothing is wrong with kissing a girl, or I kiss a girl and I like it, that start to change our norms without she coming in our space.
Right.
And so when we start to consume American TV, we start to consume, and mostly New York TV and Hollywood TV, because you have different views in America. True, America so big. In a Texas, in a nothing with where them I say, while
Right.
down in a New York. But what we are consume is not Texas. We are consume New York and California and
The
Hollywood.
mainstream states.
Right, which are really, really left-leaning democratic states, and they are not Christian belt states. So
Right.
them now start to influence our opinion. And if you look on even our music, which reflects the society's opinion, it moved from under the sycamore tree, a boy want me bow, want me tell him to flee, and that was the baddest song in our time, to down in your throat and spit in your face and come on my face. So what has happened is that those musicians now recognize, because the talent of an artist is to recognize the audience interest in him.
Yes.
If the artist that our cartel have over most people, he's ahead of most people in where the public is going. So him are the first one where she say, oh yeah, the man them a go tattoo, me I go deal with it. Yeah, them a go bleach, me I go deal with it. Yeah, them a go nastiness, me I go deal with it. Him just they're ahead of the game. So when the society now start to shift, you see that. And you see where now we are say girl love girl and this and that and that. So I believe that currently the dominant opinion globally, or at least in the Western Hemisphere, is I can't bother to fight it if I don't agree with it, or every man to themselves. We have no problem. There's no social constraint like how we used to beat them or we used to run them down or we used to run them where them can be a friend now if you want, or them can come at your party, or them can then at the supermarket or shop, because the dominant culture, the norms have changed for us, imposed by those experiences. That is just what me think. Me not research.
You're right. You're right. But I have one more question, Mr. Crawford. Now let's take it to and this question relates directly to our country, Jamaica, right? Not the whole world. We're talking about Jamaica.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes to the law enforcement in Jamaica, do you agree that if the patrons or the people of Jamaica was more informed on the Constitution and the handbook of the police department and understand their rights and know how to enforce their rights, do you think that we would have a better relationship with the police them?
Yeah, man, 100%, 1,000,000%, yes.
Okay, so my other question that's being derived from that is, why is it that the government don't promote these acts of how citizens should hold these public officials accountable? Why is it that they don't do that?
Because generally governments don't want people to be aware of their rights. Because your rights are the rules that a government should play by. And the government will prefer not to play by the rules. So the people therefore must demand those rules. It come like me and you say we're gonna play football. And then when we come, you have the rules where say you can hand the ball, you can run with it, and then you are gonna say why you never tell me say that wrong. No, you want to win, so you are gonna do what you want to do. So the people,
the rules of the ball game.
The people have to learn the rules. That listen, these are the rules that cause the government make sure that the people know for them rules, which are the laws.
Right.
And the government know their rules, which is the Constitution. So okay. You can do this to me, but these are the rules where you have to play under.
This is true. All right.
And the people have not demanded those rules.
Right. So this is the thing now. So would you say the government strategically hide the information? Not now, because now it's all over the internet. You can one click and you find it. But would you say the government deliberately hid the rules that they are governed and regulated by the government?
No, I wouldn't say they hid it, because I don't think that them hide it. I think that they don't mind that the people don't care about it. You understand?
So if the people them didn't know, how them would care?
Yeah, but that exactly. Now watch me now. If me comes and say, yo, all right, them youth are dunce, and me I gotta teach them some maths because me don't like say them dunce. I care and then show them the information. But if I don't care, it don't mean I hide the information. The maths book there and everything there and them just never use it. So what is happening now is that the government say, hey, you don't know the rules, thank God, because if you don't know the rules, my job I go harder. And they're different people. There are some people, when we say government, I know all people, there are going to be people in government who have a different opinion. Say, yo, the people need to know them rights and but generally, throughout the world, the government wouldn't mind, especially if the oppressed don't know the rules, because if the oppressed know the rules,
easier to control.
Yeah. But so I don't think that hide it like them. I say, yo, make we put it round one part. They just, for example, the Constitution is on the parliamentary website.
Yeah,
but
do
they do a big promotion and big advertisement and say it upon it? No. But you couldn't say them hide it the right this up.
All right.
You
So
know?
so this is the thing now, Mr. Crawford. One of the biggest thing in Jamaica is finding, not now, it's easier now, but for the past 5 years, the previous 5 years, no one knew, it wasn't readily available online. A lot of the
Yeah.
things that you can find today, I think COVID speed up that for everybody because we're living in the age of information. So everything has to be revealed. Whatever that
Yeah.
was hiding has to be revealed. So everything is online now where it's one click you can find it. And I know this because me been a study my government and me realize that enough of the things them was not online. They were archived, but they weren't online readily for people to go and consume it and read it. Now
Yeah.
they are. Websites are updated, people can find it. So we have no excuse now in this time and age to say, oh, me never know. Because now it's in your face. Now, what me want to know is that, do you think, no, a lot of people don't know what the Constitution is. Now, can you explain to the people that's on the live right now
Yeah.
what the Constitution is and who is the Constitution for?
As I said, first of all, the Constitution is the rules by which a government is supposed to abide. It is the constraint that creates a government, curtail a government from abusing its power, right? Because you remember, you gave government an awesome amount of power through a democratic process. And then, in order to don't make a man abuse that power, you set certain rules to say, all right, now that you have this awesome power, you cannot do this without certain authority or without certain things. So those are the rules. So when a man say my rights, he accepts that these rules exist and that he might go make sure that they don't. For example, you have a right to a fair trial. The government would have glad if it now give you a fair trial. If it think you're guilty, it just lock you up. It would have cheaper. It would have easier. Then would have things a crime might be would have less. But the government now have those rules, which is your right to a fair trial. So the government have to now go through the process of paying a judge and
Right,
all of that. So it is your rights, but it's the rules by which government should abide.
right. Okay. All right. So thank you for answering that. I hope the people them understand what you just said. Now, I'm going to ask another question.
Credence.
I'm going to ask another question, sir. Sir Crawford.
Yeah, man.
The Can you explain to the people the right to drive or the right to travel? Is there a difference between the right to travel and driving?
This one I'm not sure because I don't know of a right to drive or a right to. You should
Travel.
be free to move about in your whatever business, right?
Private conveyance.
Right. But I don't know the exact right in this particular case. But I know that there is a clause about freedom of movement
Okay.
and stuff
And
like
now,
that.
with that being said, because it is in the Constitution, right?
Good.
So one have the right to travel without any form of interruption, as long as they're not dealing in commerce, right?
Right.
Now, for the regular man, we have him private conveyance. I go from one end to the next, which is traveling, not dealing in commerce,
Gentlemen,
not doing
greetings
anything
and
outside, any form of
pleasure, good night,
business,
greetings.
just traveling from home to work,
Yes.
which will be considered travel privately. Why is it that the you can't answer that because that'll be too direct. Why is it that the officers are not informed? Is either they just don't want, they want exercise strength, or them just get up and say, yo, you have to do this, you have to do it, and pull you over for no reason. And not just pull you
Again,
over.
because as I said, bro, it's easier to play without the rules.
Okay.
You can ask Kimanti that Kimanti is officer on the
Yeah.
live,
Raka, who have a question to Damion?
Yeah.
No, Kapash, we don't really want to disrupt the live with no small
All
thing,
right, well, look,
further.
all orders, everything in line. No problem. Pause and listen.
All right, Mr. Crawford. I have one more question before me mute so everybody else can ask.
Yes.
And so I joined the live. The first time I actually agrees with you. And
That's right.
and we have to respect you for even take the time out for jump on the live. And but the goal over here on this platform where Zulu I deal with is to wake up our people onto our rights that we have as people and on how we need to enforce it. Because we as youths nowadays, we are informed and we are educating ourselves on our rights. But it's coming. We realize the current government, and you don't have to comment on this.
Right.
But the current government is heading into a dictatorship um, type role, right? And we on this platform are trying to get as much people that have the urge to actually take action, not just read and just retain knowledge. We need action, right? This is the purpose for this platform over here. So we come live to talk to the people and educate the people and even encourage them to go and read. We show the proof where you can enforce your rights. Now, my last question to you before me mute is the when it comes to your particular role right now, what are you doing for yourself as far as to step to the next level? Because me know enough people would have voted for you, because you're there in the streets like tar,
Yeah, well, I want to tell you now, enough people that vote for me, but also enough would have not vote for me based on just my opinions. And I just saw the system go. Remember that when I go and tell the people them say, let us practice 1 degree per household, them demonstrate and say education can, sometimes Jamaica people
But
forget.
this I think, Mr. Crawford, when we realize most politicians don't know. So, Mr. Crawford, you might feel like you're talking in English to the people, but they don't understand. Most of the time you talk, yeah, that's why I say break it down more. Because you might say certain things and they don't understand clearly.
And sometimes confidence I beat them because what you are telling them, they don't believe is possible. So you would tell a man, say, yo, listen, 1 degree, and the man say, yo, me done, so me can't take that, that don't make no sense to me.
But you know what me realize? Me as an artist, when me
Yes.
up on the ground and I do my thing, and I campaign, me have 100 man up on the road.
Yeah.
But you see, after we done campaign, and we go up on the ends, and we have reason, and I show them, because demonstration sometimes is better than talking.
Yes, that's true.
And with police, we encounter police, and police then pull me over for no reason. Pull me over and say, yo, come out of the car, railway curfew. I'm going to say, yo, listen, I don't consent to searches, and for one. And two, you have to have probable cause for one, pull me over. So you need to identify who you is, all blah, blah, blah. When the man them see me say that, and them see the police back up and let me go, them don't ask me for a drink or not. Them say, no, this man are too smart. When them see that, they build confidence in the youth them we never have. They must say, no, our skeleton don't know what me no know.
Yeah, me I go do that next time.
Exactly. And not just do that. Them want to know, them want the information. So sometimes demonstration is more powerful than talk, because a man might feel like him done, but when him see an action, remember other actions is easy for adapt than words.
Yeah.
So maybe you need to start do more actions in a certain way where them can overs.
Yeah. Well, that me do still, cause if you go online now and put in Damion Crawford mathematics, me have the full CXC syllabus, Me just put it online, so if a man want it, him just go access it, And me tell them come grow some goat and them laugh, and me just go grow my own goat and then video it and put it online again, Because at the end of the day, sometimes you might not be Barack Obama, you might really just be Martin Luther King or Malcolm X. Some will only go open the people them I would not necessarily get the accolades. Remember Marcus Garvey run election and lose at Jamaica,
Yeah.
So therefore, when me realize it's a money game, I'm never born in night. The same youth will tell us say he's a good youth. If him get enough money, him start to say the next man is a great man.
That is true.
Because them starve them till them love them for food. That is what me said politics has become. You just starve the people till they love them, give them look of food, them love you. It's like a man tie you up and you're dead for thirst and you feel like got your last breath and him give you look of water, you say thanks.
But look, let me show you something now. Let me show you something, Mr. Crawford. The people them where you probably a target is the people them who little. You can't target people that they feel hungry. Let me tell you, let me tell you why I say that. This is for the same reason right there. So because you have different levels of garrison people. You have different levels of people. Me and you know that because this you come from nothing to. So you know. So
Yeah.
I mean I preach to the choir. But there's different levels. You have levels of garrison youth where they there, him we are staff and him just want to know say, yo, somebody inspire me for go out there and make a change. But then you have the other man who just lazy and no want to do nothing no matter how much you show him. So we get that. So we have to target the man that we know say, yo, we dead there. All when him mouth white and him a dead for hungry because him know say the way him a do right now can make the change there. And then people they have to go for. People like me and Bantu and all of them people in the life. We sacrifice everything to make sure we get the change.
I appreciate that man come and tell us I'm listening. Cause before in the spot, me just there listening and I say, well, the reasoning that sound like a good reasoning. Me not gonna agree with everything. I only not gonna agree with everything, but the conversation is what we need, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Remember, it's a it starts with thoughts and then conversation and then action.
Remember
But
the Bible tell you in the beginning was the word, man.
that is it.
Yeah.
So what me I say, what me I say, we there on a mission. We there on a mission as sovereigns. I know say here we have our lawful rights to protect, you know. It's either we are deal with God or we deal with the government, you know. Understand? And we not deal with the government. We are deal with God. But we're not rising up against the government. We just hold the government accountable for all of the actions, which is our right.
That is your duty. That
That's
is
our
not your,
duty.
that's your duty as a citizen to hold the man who is in charge accountable.
Right.
If you are not doing that, you have basically reneged your duty.
Right. And again, I yield. Anybody else want to talk to Mr. Crawford? I am here. I'm on mute for now.
All right,
Respect again, Mr. Crawford.
Yeah, man. Heart of
Yeah,
love.
man. Rock one say something there to
Yeah,
General.
man. Yeah, man, Kapash.
All right, Mr. Crawford.
Yeah, the king.
Yeah, man. Rock from Negril side, bro.
Yeah, man. What go on?
All right, me there, man. Me just want to touch a little philosophical based on the book where I read and the guide. I just call the Bible the guide to human life on earth.
Yes.
So, me I ask you straight from Donald Trump camp. And me I ask you straight out of Jamaica, which the dictatorship resides. So, me I consider now, say, if Jamaica are moving to a Republican order, or we should think
All right.
into move
So
into a Republican order.
remember, that the two political parties, right, are part of the world's opinion. The Jamaica Labour Party is more the Republican opinion. That is why you find that whenever the Republicans are in power, them kind of have a support, and we are more of the democratic order. What has happened is that the world has changed to where the opinions of the right, which is the Republican, and the left, which is the Democrats, have moved away from the economics and now start to go into the social. So you find that the two parties in Jamaica are Republican from the social standpoint, where conservatives, they call it. But from the economic standpoint, there is one capitalist and there is one socialist, which is closer to left leaning. I think that the world is moving more democratic, meaning leftists, everything goes socially, and is returning to a socialist opinion economically. So you can see where Venezuela, people start to say government will have more duty to people, that a man shouldn't be left out if he can't afford it, that there should be certain things naturally provided for all human beings. That wasn't the case when Reagan and Thatcher and them people were in power. So I find that based on what I see, I think the world are go more democratic than Republican still.
Okay. Then in next election, generally of America, they know, will it dictate the future of we down here in Jamaica, natural or unnatural?
Yes, it a got impact. It a got impact. Donald Trump socially is more in line with Jamaica's opinion because Donald Trump is a Republican who's saying the church and Jesus and no girl is a boy and no boy is a girl and no share bathroom and those things and no wanton abortion. But on the contrary, Donald Trump is for small government, which is not really Jamaica's opinion and not Jamaica's current situation. So Donald Trump is not for park program and welfare and free land and all of them things there. You understand? So from a social standpoint, I think Jamaicans would benefit more, or there will be less of a force to change our social norms if Donald Trump was in power. But there will be more pressure to leave people to their income. And that, I'm afraid of that part, leaving people to their income, because some people have very little income. Remember, I have 500,000 Jamaicans living below the poverty line, you know. Below the poverty line is $240 a day. So if you have 500,000 people, which is basically 1 in 6, I live below the poverty line, then them now can afford most things. You get me? That's why we have a high squatting situation, because legitimate housing is rental or purchase. So if a man I live on $200 a day, he can rent and he can buy, so he go squat. That's why then thief light, because a man can't pay for light with $200 a day. That's why then thief water. So these are the realities what we face. So I think that government have duties to these people because of our circumstance and because of our history, while Donald Trump not think so. So me think, say me that support Trump on the social side, because me not think boy if use girl bathroom, but me that still want to see more intervention on the economic side to save the people who are oppressed. That's my opinion.
All right. So based on this opinion now, Donald Trump enter the election and win the election.
Yes.
What will Jamaica future becomes?
It depends, because them and the what is happening now, you know, is that every country wants, especially America, to impose their opinion upon the masses, upon the rest of the world. That's why you see a man go and say he might go fight for democracy in our next man country. That no make no sense. You have a democracy in your country, where you go next man country go fight for democracy in a film country. But the way me see Trump operate, Trump seem to be America for Americans, and that them are defending the business of the world want to do nothing else. While them man now seem to want to go Ukraine and Russia, them want involved, and Palestine and Israel, them want involved. Trump don't look like in business about the global order. He more seem to business about America being powerful and internally. But remember, I think the brethren earlier did raise a point that they are key influencers of every party, and most times they are the rich people. And so they have certain opinions that even if Trump did it, him can't resist all of their opinions, because whether them are kill him or whatever, or them vote him out back next time. So him have to go acquiesce to some of their opinions, and me don't know which one of them him a go take on. But him don't seem to be a part of do everything what that he's told. So I don't know, but me not really follow America, you know, because as I said, America is
it's not following America. I'm just, you know why I ask these questions, because it doesn't matter which country, as long as you're under the order of the colonized states. We think we have international orders practice to follow, conduct, which me think Jamaica reached to a level now which is out of line. Because Jamaicans, for a man, they do $200 Jamaican a day. Mr. Crawford, me don't know what is that.
a joke, man. That a madness, but that's how we there as a society. See,
Then that no make me take off to I go to fire without tell you.
He might do a whole heap of things, because that, alright. You see, when we say we are fight crime, we are fight criminal. When you fight crime, it can't be punishment, because that means the crime already gone. So when you say, oh, we are going to have fight crime by making a man have to go to jail or hang him. If you hang him, somebody done dead. So you can't fight crime and the criminal alone you have to focus on. You have to fight what is making, you have to take away the need to be a criminal, for example. If a man feels him have to go rob me if he eat, or him have to go rob me if he buy medicine, or him have to go rob me if he send him to go school, that's a crime of need. You want to take out the need part there and carry it only to who greedy, because much less are we greedy than needy, you know. So if you take out the need, government have to come in my view, and put things in place that, for example, your government should put in an insurance, a national insurance, where every citizen have a minimum insurance. If me have money, I want to buy a bigger, better insurance, fine. But every citizen should have a minimum insurance. I think government put in a system where every picnic get 1 meal a day. Because when you go to prison, you get 3. So when him there at school, him can't get 1. But when him there at prison, he have to get 3. Every youth who go to school should get 1 meal. You know, the World Bank said 30% of Jamaican children go to school hungry, you know. Not get hungry when them there at school, you know. Left them yard hungry and reach a school hungry. So when me I teach him maths and say area of a circle is pi r square, him brain stop at the pi, him I say dash the r square there. What kind of pie? Apple pie or pecan pie? He not gonna learn. It's impossible for him learn if him go to school hungry. See? So there are certain things me think that the government should take on. And when we say government, it attacks people, you know, so therefore I really the people take it on. But the people don't agree with that, because those who can buy a meal start to say we shouldn't give away a meal in school. Those who can afford insurance start to say we shouldn't give away insurance, because our society have become selfish, Americanized in that way. And to that extent, we have this
Mr.
problem.
Crawford, the people.
Hold on, Skeleton Dan. I want to ask you if the birth certificate act as an insurance bond also.
You say if the what? The birth certificate?
Act as an insurance bond.
Yeah, because a straight insurance, everything is an insurance. Are you insure the bond? But yes, there is one. But Mr. Crawford might beg to differ.
So, Mr. Crawford,
Yeah,
Jamaicans now moving forward, preparing for our next election, sir. What would you say to listeners on Chop City TV right now, in respective of what is going on, especially how we are facing with crime, bad road,
just
lack
know
of
your rights,
represent?
really. And what listen, if every man know him rights, you know, because remember me bias, you know. If JLP in me out, you know, me never will forget that bias, you know. So a man can't say when me say me
But Mr.
always.
Crawford, PNP and JLP they underneath the same umbrella, my father. Are those two
Well,
different branch of government, and
which
if you
is
have a third party, it will be the same thing too.
which is
And a fourth
possible, but
party.
may I say, remember, you know, me choose that as my career. See, say me is a politician. Whether me doing it for the money or for the joy or for the change, or that me choose as my career. So me now go on like me not have a bias in the game. Me have a bias in the game. I don't like what is going on, but
You know, with that question, Mr. Crawford.
No, him get a call. It's like him get a call, father.
Oh. Yeah, cause the question I'm gonna ask now, I shake up things, cause I like how the general did it and I answer.
We
But
like the reasoning. Still, I may have a couple questions, but I don't want to see him too. Because you know, politics and really my feel. I know he's a politician,
No,
same
Chop
way.
City want reach right down to where I even believe Jamaicans, like how we be, like me now, say, but you know, say me not gonna vote in the next election because me have something different on the agenda for myself and Jamaicans. While what influence that can bring in political view. Because remember, you know, politicians are them are no angel, you know. Politicians are them are no
But what we do, we not try point finger upon no politician, no brother. We not
all right,
try
later.
do
Chop
that
City.
right now, because
Then
we
I
are look for
point finger, but
solutions.
me see Andrew Willis and Mark Golding now a shake hand. Is it that the new
But we
movement
know
in next
what
election?
Capash, remember when we just start doing the live them and just start do the research, but that's some more reason with um Father Crawford one at the time, because I see say one politician will have good intention same way. Because whenever politician do certain things, him never did that really. And you see him take the time out for a listen way and jump in on the live. You see me? And that's why I don't really want to deal with him like how would I normally deal with politicians. Because you know we stay man my family. But we don't really want to go down the route there. We are trying reason to get real answers and real solutions. You see me?
Yeah, man, him definitely angle the questions them, you know, neutral. Him never, you know what I mean? Him give it straightforward answers. But at the end of the day, whether Mr. Crawford, they are him are the captain or not, one thing's for sure, without we people educating ourselves on who we are, nobody can help you because even the purest man can go in a power. We put him in a power and him get corrupted for whatever reasons. You understand? So it's our duty as people to educate ourselves on how we need to make sure say we hold them accountable. And you see that me ask the question and him tell you straight. So it all lead
Yeah,
back to the
man.
constitution.
Yeah, man, my father.
It all lead back.
He said about men